want men to be like, oh, like he's trying to like. Here's the thing: there are women out here who want us to cry, but if they've never seen it, it's gonna take them a minute to adjust.
Right.
And we also have to make sure we understand that it's gonna take a minute for them to adjust. But we also have to make sure that we have the skills ourselves. So for me, it's like I have anger issues. Like, and my anger issues come about because I can't let a lot of shit slide. Like I can't watch stuff like across from me that's bullshit and like not do anything. It's because like my best friend in the whole world, right? I'm in Wisconsin right now. I was raised in St. Louis. My best friend was in a wheelchair and he got pushed out of it in elementary. Like after that, I lost it. So my anger issues just come from not letting stuff slide. So like that went into my relationship dynamic. Like I just be watching, like I'm a person where I'm very aware. So if there's a behavior that I'm receiving and I'm not actually reciprocating that behavior, like I'm cool. Like I'm not, if I'm not being toxic to you, do not be toxic to me. Like I think it's too, it's like I'm just not a bitch. Like I don't really care who feelings I hurt, because it's like my feelings gonna be fucked up, and then we gonna have a kid. My kid gonna be fucked up. I'm fucked up, so I can't navigate my kid. She fucked up, so we definitely ain't navigating our kid. And then I'm the one who's divorced, and I'm out of money, and I'm living in a condo. Like that's just like
No.
I'm not gonna allow my life just to be destructive just because of some cheeks. You gotta remember, it's like this is a future thing. Like I want kids, I want a house, like I got a lot of goals and ambitions. You can't get in my fucking way.
Right.
Like that's just the game. So um yeah, I think understand, like the way I talk about my emotions is, I feel like it's more than what most men can do. And that's kind of the problem. Like I feel like if we knew how to articulate and understand how we're trying to have our conversations, because we was having a conversation a night ago. I want us to understand, when we was on live together and we was explaining like, oh, like a lot of women be out here on TikTok and a lot of women were saying, oh, that's not the majority. Right. But the minority is the loudest people on the planet right now.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that happening? Why are we letting the minority of men and women who talk about relationships be the loudest people? The majority need to put their foot down, put it on their necks, and speak up. And that's the only way us men can actually know. Like that is the problem. Like the problem is, it's like, and when we were explaining ourselves to these women, there was only like the girl in the box that we had, that was really the only one who was not just hearing us but listening to us,
Acknowledging what we're saying.
acknowledging. And that's
Right.
the main issue. It's like women will say, oh, like I want to be here, but acknowledge what I'm saying, understand what I'm saying. I'm saying, when I look at TikTok and I see a woman talking down on me, I feel affected, because that is something I've probably heard outside. Like when I'm out here telling you my feelings, oh shit, it's fucking midnight. Why aren't you acknowledging how I feel? Why are you saying, you know what, Devontae, I hear you, I heard you. Like I'm sorry you went through that experience. Like, what can I do? How can I what are some things that I can do? How can I
Instead
help
of
you?
instead of trying to invalidate it.
Right. They'll be like, oh, well, that's not the majority. We know
Right.
it's not the majority, but we're not hearing the majority. So what are we supposed to feel? Same way when women, oh, like men are all dogs. They're dogging us out. The little amount of men, that's not all of us. But what are we doing to show them that too? We gotta show them like, hey, that's not all of us, but we ain't standing against like Fresh and Fit. Like Fresh and Fit are out here dogging women, saying they want all this stuff, but we ain't putting the pressure on their necks though. Like some of us are, but there's not enough of us. So like the majority of men and women need to be the majority of men and women. We shouldn't even know who Fresh and Fit is. We shouldn't even know who these women who talk down on men are.
Right.
That is the problem. And until we get that unity, that articulating our emotions and accepting it. Like, I accept when women say they've been cheated on, they got trust issues. Well, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. This is how I'm gonna do it. This is how I'm gonna communicate. I'm gonna talk. But this is what I need you to do, though. I need you to acknowledge the efforts I'm making. I need you to understand this is me now. This ain't Deontay. This is Devontae. Whoever the hell that dude was ain't me.
Right.
So you need to acknowledge the change that you're having on your life as well. But we got to have those conversations. These are healing convos. Healing convos are actually learning from each other, accepting what we have learned, unpacking it, and leaving it behind. And we got to do that together. It's literally like doing concrete or building a house. We building this shit brick by brick. You hand me the brick, I lay that shit down. You hand me another brick, I lay it back down. That's it. And we gotta apply it. A lot of us, like, I feel like we hear stuff, we listen, but we ain't applying it. So then we're having these back and forths. That's why, like, I feel like our last live, it kept being like, what women? It's like you were showing the women we was talking about the whole time.
Right.
What women are you talking about? That's not all of us. We talking about it. We got them right here. Oh, maybe it's the experiences you have. Yes, that is what we're saying.
It's the same way you tell us about the experiences that you're having.
Exactly. So it's like,
I don't know why that's so hard to get. I don't think it's hard to get. I think a lot of them literally just go out of their way to just try to invalidate it because they just don't want women to like be seen in a certain light, or they don't want to acknowledge that women can be a certain way, but they know what's going on.
Absolutely. And until we really act like we know what's going on, we're never gonna make this shit work. Like, that's the real problem. Like, until we start making shit work, it ain't gonna work. We gotta listen to each other. Like, that's real shit. We gotta listen, we gotta apply it, we gotta work together. That's the only way. Yeah. And if you can't cry in front of your girl, you gotta leave. You gotta leave. Like, you should be able to cry, you should be able to have the respect. Because my girl don't look at me like I'm less. Like, that's the game. Like, she still, like, she has ample amount of respect for me. Like, if I make a decision, I made the decision. Like, that's just the game. Like if there's women out here, and two, you got to remember, it's not just about teaching people. It's not about treating people the way you want to be treated. You got to teach people how you want to be treated. And that puts that in their head. Like, and that's why it's like, for me, it's like, that's why it's like, I told you, I flew through girls like Skittles, and it's because I just was like, oh, you're not going to be my wife. Time to go. Next up. Like, that's how that has to be, because you have to teach them, like, oh, maybe the way I approached this part of the date wasn't cool. So then they'll go to the next person. Like, I want to be the dude that leaves a small imprint, like whatever they about to fuck up, I want me to be the main image they saw. Because everybody else they got with was okay with the fact that I had a girl that was like texting. No, I'm not okay with it. I'm gonna go ahead and be like, hey, I don't know how you got here, but you gonna need to use that same way you got here, because I'm about to roll out. You can invite whoever you talking to, have him pay for the tip, because I'm about to leave. So that's the thing. Dating with intention, right? Yeah.
I appreciate you, brother. I always appreciate you coming on here. Always love, brother. You have a great night.
You too, man. Appreciate being on here. Peace out.
All right, bro.